wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's
Hi,
Talitha.
guys.
I am Travis. It is Friday, and that means it's time for the weekend.
Yay, the
and
weekend.
wrestling. But mostly the weekend.
Yep. They're showing some background stuff that happened on Crown Jewel right now.
Of course they are.
Roman
Recapping
Reigns
it.
and his win over Paul. All that good stuff.
Roman Reigns beat Paul.
Logan Paul.
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 The Paul brothers.
We have Walter in the chat. Looks like, hey, Walter says, hey,
Well-
Travis and Daphne, tonight Smackdown. Okay, ready for some matches.
Yes. So in that tournament they're having, we got Shinsuke Nakamura going up against Santos Escobar tonight. There are also 6 other men in that. So there's Ricochet, Butch, Jinder Mahal, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, and Braun Strowman. The winner of that gets a #1 contendership for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, nice.
So Sammy wins, and then the Bloodline have all the belts.
Except for the United States.
Well, that's on a different channel, but I guess I could do that with Sequoia. Solo.
It's almost like they're trying to get
Solo.
rid of Raw or something. It's really weird.
Get rid of Raw. Their flagship.
Robbie's in the chat now. Hey, Robbie says, yo, what you telling me? Nothing.
Telling you all about wrestling.
Walter's like, the Usos. Yep, it is starting with the Usos tonight.
The Uso Penitentiary. As always. Anytime Jimmy's around, prison isn't too far behind.
That's terrible. And funny.
Got too many things in my mouth.
Luke's in the chat. Hey,
Hey,
Luke.
Luke.
Says, hi, all. Hello.
How
Robbie
you doing?
says, do you like your beanie hat? I like to wear them too. Yeah. It's nice.
She's cold. She's feeling fluish.
Walter says, hey, Luke. Hassan Terrell's in the chat. Hey, Hassan says, hi there. Happy Veterans Day. Yes,
Happy
it is Veterans Day. So if we have any veterans in our chat, I thank you so much for your service.
Yeah, where's Matthew?
Cole is not here yet. He was, he served. So.
So this
Robbie's
is
like,
it, guys. This is that New Day match. So the New Day need to win this.
Is somebody here?
Can't tell you. Naxos. Yeah,
Is it your sister?
probably.
Sounds like
I
it.
think she wants to see how you're doing. So.
Robbie says, hope you feel better. I will.
Nowhere to go but up.
What?
Oh, nothing. I'm on the air.
Sorry, I know.
You're fine. Robert Warney's in the chat. Hey, Robert. It looks like I'm exhausted. When I got with Jade, I never imagined I have children as far as I can see, real and fur babies. Well, it had to happen sometime, right, buddy? Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay, I'm gonna put him.
Okay.
I hope you're okay.
I'm doing all right.
All right, we got the New Day in there with the Uso Penitentiary. This should do it. This is 2 of the only tag teams in WWE.
Right?
I don't want to say the best in history, but I do want to say that they're 2 of the only. There's a few others. Obviously, Street Profits are in there, and the Vikings.
Right.
And the OC, whatever they're called. Andersons and Gallows. Now
Yeah,
that they're back. Hit
definitely.
Road's a tag team.
Definitely.
They're bringing some legitimacy back to the tag team division in WWE,
Which is good.
if that's a thing.
It should be a thing, right?
I would love it to be a thing.
Walter wants the New Day to win. And he also says,
Why is
Daphne,
it so
hope you feel better. You
dark?
need
Have you
rest.
noticed how dark it is?
It's very dark there.
And you notice how the crowd's all lit up? That's definitely a Triple H thing.
And
It's that
the
NXT stuff. It's almost like the power went out on half of it or something.
where are they at?
I guess they turned the lights back on. They're just doing that to to highlight them during the introduction. I don't know where they're at. I don't listen.
Huh. Will's like, definitely hope you feel better. You need rest. And Luke says, I'm sending the power of positivity your way, delete that. I'm seeing it on my screen and it's making me sick, Luke. Thanks. Just kidding. I was like, Hit Row should be an Impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, or unemployed, one of the two.
Sophie's like, hi, people. Hey, Sophie. Luke's like, LOL.
Hey, Sophie.
Yeah. Still got my sense of humor.
Not only the hand issue.
He has a hand issue.
I love that I hear the British talking, the whole time. Because then that works on my... It works on my English.
Right? Irish thingy-majigger.
All right. Well, anyways, this match is underway.
Sophie says some guy named Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman and Gallagher, both died today.
Huh.
Have no idea.
I have no idea who that is. I know who Gallagher is, unless you're talking about the video game, and I didn't even know there was a voice in the video game. So, other than the video game and the comedian that smashes watermelons, I have no idea who Gallagher is.
Right? Walter's like, go New Day, get the win.
Get that dub. I definitely want the New Day to win this. But there almost no way. The Freebirds and the Von Erichs. That's some top teams right there. Of all time. Whoa, Kofi gets him down.
Robbie's like, D, before you say it, that's not me. And Luke's letting Sophie know, let's not flood the chat with a lot of things. Nate Delise isn't feeling well, so let's keep it wrestling tonight.
So I'm going to repeat this. I said this earlier, but I don't think anybody was in here. There is a tournament coming up. We got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Santos Escobar coming up in it. And the other 6 men in the tournament looks to be Ricochet, Butch, Jinder Mahal, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman. And the winner of that tournament goes on to wrestle for the Intercontinental Championship. So if the Bloodline is going to get some more belts, it looks like Sami Zayn's probably going to win this.
Right?
But that's just speculation. There's no actual facts
Right?
to any of what I just said. Not even
No
the
facts.
list.
Just speculation.
But definitely watching some tag team corner stomping.
Sophie is surprised that this match is opening it. Sounds like they've been hyping it to be the main event or something.
Right. I don't see it being the main event, obviously, and it's not. And that is because they're probably going to do that tournament match as the main event or something else, maybe with the women's championship. I think there is a number one contenders match coming up for that with all the ladies. It's like
Sure,
Liv Morgan. Yeah.
Is your sister still in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either that or Nexus is in the garbage. Yeah, she heard her voice.
Janelle says, hi, hello. Luke says, Conroy voiced every animated version of Batman in America. He's a voice acting legend.
Huh.
Aw, that's sad that he died then.
How old was he?
Sophie is surprised. Solo isn't part of the SmackDown World Cup. Ravi says it's a good match to start with. And Walter says, new AEW Rampage after SmackDown.
Maybe they're going to give Solo the United States Championship.
And Luke and Sophie say
So everybody could just have all
he's
the
like
belts.
66.
Oh, that's not even old.
No, that's sad.
Cancer. It'll never be today again.
Right. It's always today.
Today is 11/11, which equals 22, and it's 2022.
Mm-hmm. So he says he didn't look like he was 66, though.
How old did he look? Older or younger?
But Luke says that the cause hasn't been announced, so hopefully it wasn't any other things that
Cartoon
happened.
Supermans, huh? Have you ever seen a cartoon Superman? I guess I did in like They were old DVDs, but they were like from the 40s or something.
Maybe Batman ones as well.
I don't remember Batman ones. Cartoons.
Sophie says he looks like he was like 50 years old.
Oh, dang.
Luke says the same thing. So he looks like he was like in his 50s.
So I take it he wasn't overweight. Dang. Cool.
It's funny.
We got a commercial break right now.
Yep. Sophie's talking about congratulating Eminem, and Ravi says, how many times does WWE need to shove New Day versus Usos down their necks?
What's another tag team? Throwing out there real quick. There isn't any. And we just had the Brawlin' Brutes do a whole thing. I guess they could do Santos Escobar's guys.
Yeah, and we're kind of waiting for the whatchamacallums to come back.
Yeah, the Vikings, and it looks like they're on their way back.
The Street Profits, what's his face, was injured.
Yeah, I think Ford hurt himself.
Chris Akane's in the chat though. Hey, Chris. Says, hey, Travis. Indeed, it's
Woo.
getting cooler down here in Texas. It's going to be 40s.
Yeah, it's going to be like 10 here. Or 2 or something tonight. I was like, what? Can't be 2. Yeah, I think this cold's all over the nation. I don't know. Is it warm anywhere? Maybe Chicago?
That they're having like a warm in the east or something.
Probably. A positive P&A.
Yes. Walter says, I'm looking forward to AEW full gear good matches get setting up. Chris says Vikings, they also should push Angel Garza and make him join Santos.
Oh, really? I kind of like Humberto.
Right?
I just feel like they need to do more with him. But he has potential. Shit, he's been on the main roster for a long time.
What's going on out there?
Just people and
Just
dogs
wondering what
arguing.
he was getting into.
The garbage.
Luke says Conroy and Tara Strong are considered Batman icons as they have voiced Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Poison Ivy, and Tara was the voice actress who helped create Harley Quinn when she first appeared.
Yep, never heard of him. At all. Not even I know not even a hint of that.
Ravi says
And I never watched the cartoons.
Right. Ravi says I still have Eminem's first album on vinyl unplayed.
That's pretty cool.
Luke says in the animated Batman show. And Walter says New Day rocks.
I heard that.
Walter's a big fan.
New Day's getting their butt whooped right now. Kofi doesn't know how to deal with Jay. And Jimmy from the outside.
That bastard.
What do you do? What do you do? It's like swimming with Jaws.
Yeah. It's swimming with Jaws. Who's
Having
swimming
Jimmy
with
on the
Jaws?
outside
Oh,
and Jay
yeah.
on the inside. I feel like the Usos are a little bit too arrogant right this second, but I think Jay's hearing voices in his head, like Randy Orton. They caught me.
Voices in his head, all right.
Yeah, the New Day's just not any good with these two. They need Big E, but with Big E being broken. And they split him up for a year before.
Well, it's
So
so,
the
he
New
could
Day
have a
really
solo
hasn't been-
career again.
Yeah, that was terrible. It bombed. They put him back together. And then he got broken.
Chris says, I think they are bring back King of the Ring. They should make Gunter win. Then after he wins, he announced himself as Walter.
King Walter. I'm cool with whatever.
Right?
I definitely like the idea of bringing back the King of the Ring pay-per-view, though. That'd be fun as a whole pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. They could do the women's and the men's at the same time, like do 2 tournaments, fill the whole show up.
Right?
Or they could even do some of it on the Monday and the Friday before, and then finish it on the Saturday or Sunday, whenever they decide to do it. But do the men and the women's kings and queens stuff.
Right. Luke says the only way the Usos lose is shenanigans. Chris says Jey Uso hearing voices like the Fiend as well.
New member of the Wyatt family.
Robbie says Big E isn't funny anymore. His jokes are ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's more of his voice and just his presence. And he's a big, strong guy. He can throw people around a little bit. Like, he wasn't a good wrestler, Big E Langston or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
But he's fun. Like when he's talking like Dr. Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. Nah. Or the guy off Coming to America.
Yep.
Look at these fine young things.
Yeah, when he'd do that stuff.
And you know there's a God. Oh.
Those are funny.
Watched Beverly Hills Cop 2 last night. Beverly Hills Cop 1 was on before that, but I didn't turn it there until it was at the very, very end.
Oh.
So it was a Beverly Hills Cop night. Eddie Murphy's literally one of my favorites. I don't know if he still is, but I mean, even when he did that Milan, that shit, that's probably one of my favorite Disney cartoons just because of him.
Yeah, he's pretty funny as the dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Mushu.
Yeah, he's got plenty of comedy in him. Donkey, obviously, with Shrek. I think he's done more than just those two, hasn't he? Oh, nobody was home! Woods wasn't available for the tag.
Oh, no. A person has a sign in the back that says, "Why the greasy hair?"
Because that's what you do.
Right?
It's called Soul Glow.
So glow. It's funny.
Just let your soul glow.
Ravi says, "Is Big E stronger than Bobby?"
Yes, I think so. And the reason is his arms are shorter and his legs are shorter. And I'm pretty sure his legs are way bigger. So if you're talking about strength as in like wrestling, maybe not. But strength in a gym, I think so. I think Big E would be stronger.
Right? Yeah, those short muscles make for better strength.
Very power and explosive. Mm-hmm. So I bet you Big E could squat more than maybe anybody but Braun Strowman when he first came. I don't know if Braun Strowman can squat today more than he did when he first came, but I would doubt it. But
And he's really, like, his legs are really long, so it would be really hard.
Yeah, watching those big, tough guys competitions and watching those tall guys squat 1,000 pounds sometimes, you're like...
It's kind of terrifying,
wow.
really.
Yeah, but then you get the shorter ones, but then they can't do the stone lifts and the cake throws.
Because they're not tall enough.
They don't have the length, so...
Well, Luke says, plus Big E used to be a pro weightlifter and squatter.
Yeah. You can, I mean, obviously,
You
tell
can
he can
tell
squat.
that he, yeah.
His legs are as big around as Liv. I think Triple H did find Lacey, though. It looks like she's going to be in that match tonight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he must have found her back in catering.
Found
Said,
her.
"Oh my God, you're still around."
Do something. Like why are you not doing stuff?
If it was me, I would just push her right to the top. Although, with Ronda being champion, it kind of handcuffs everything. Because
Okay.
you want her to stay champion until at least WrestleMania. So then you're like, whoever you push now, you can't do a lot with.
Right. True.
And same thing with Bianca, unless you want Bianca to not be in the WrestleMania match. Which they could do if they brought Sasha back. is just have Sasha turn on her and then they could do another match,
Right?
but without the belt involved. But I don't see that happening.
Right.
That would be a Charlotte Belair without the title on the line match.
Definitely.
But then who's going to be champion on Raw, and then who's going to main event WrestleMania? It's got to, or not main event. Sorry, that's the wrong word. Who's going to be one of the headliners on WrestleMania if it's not Charlotte?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's weird that they moved Becky to SmackDown.
Well, they haven't yet, but it just makes sense that they're going to
Right.
because of Ronda, and
Right.
that's her big feud.
Ravi says, I think Killer Kross is stronger than Big E. You're funny.
You are a comedian.
Film is in the chat. Hey, Film. Says, Little Misty and Travis, big hugs, big heart. Hi, buddy.
Good to see you in here. Yeah, I can't think of anybody on the roster that could squat more than Big E, except for, there again, if Braun Strowman, when he was younger, maybe could have. I don't know how good he really was.
Yeah, as a...
But he was 400 pounds. That's a different kind of human.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
a
it's-
silverback gorilla, you know.
And doing those competitions are just insane. Like, they do so many weird
Like
things.
they get in like a Volkswagen and squat it. But like I said, if I had to put my money on anybody squatting wise, it would be Big E. Bench press wise, probably go with Braun Strowman. I've seen some of his workouts. But Big E could also be right there in that too. And if it's a number of them, you know, like 225, 70 times or something like that, then that's another monster. There's different types of strength. Whoa, we almost had New Day come out on top, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't finish. They don't have a finisher.
Ravi's like, Raw, Lazy Evans back on SmackDown. And Ravi also says, now straight up, I think so. Killer Kross is defo stronger, and Luke's like, Ravi, you're delusional.
Kross is like out of shape, and I bet you Xavier Woods might be stronger than Kross.
He looks like half a bag of milk.
It irritates me that his wife takes such good care of herself because she knows that's her moneymaker. And I'm not talking about any one part of her body. I'm talking about her whole body. Is her moneymaker. There's a big kick out right there by Jimmy Uso. But anyways, and he didn't take care of himself while he was
No,
gone.
he didn't. He looks like half a bag of milk.
Well, how do you live with somebody and not a little bit, right? I mean, if you're in the same sport and the same everything, you're doing the same shit. Waking up at the same time, training together. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm going to eat pizza.
Right?
She's like, I'm going to eat tofu. Bam! I doubt it. She's probably just eating fish.
Yeah. Looks like Big E could squat 10 crosses. LOL. Robbie's like, Killer Kross is decent.
I don't hate the guy. Trust me. I mean, if anybody's watched me since he's come around, I like him. I just don't like that he let himself go and hasn't got it back yet. He's been back long enough. I mean, look at Brock. Brock sometimes goes away and he looks like hell, and then he'll come back like this last week, and he looked like a machine. And he's like almost 50, I think. Wasn't he 45 or something? Brock?
Yeah, he's close.
44, 43, 45.
Somewhere around there.
The Beast.
Robbie's like, even Wardlow from AEW is stronger than Big E.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just being silly. You're just riling people up. Vindicator's like, in the chat, hey Vin, says, what you doing, Talitha? Nothing much. Hang out with a man named Travis? Yeah.
Hanging out.
Cat named Leopold? No, he's somewhere else. A bunch of words on a screen.
He
Yes.
probably left.
She probably took him with
Went to
her.
Canada.
Luke says, Robbie, I think you're missing the point.
He'd
I
come
was
back
like,
nicer
He'll come back nicer
if he goes to Canada.
if he goes to Canada. He'll say sorry a lot,
After he bites you. It's all right. It's all right.
right? Robbie says, no, I'm not missing any point.
Looks like the Usos are going to end it right here, guys.
I'm gonna stop reading your
One,
guys' feud
two. No!
guys
One's
and
kicked
their
out of that.
strength.
Holy crap. The Usos are beside themselves. Cats, dogs, living together. Just craziness. I didn't bring the energy that Cole brought when they kicked out, but
Right. He was very excited about it. though.
whatever.
Ravi says, so this match 30 mins? I don't know. Maybe.
We're at about 20 right now, so.
Chris says apparently the Astros lost Verlander. No more Kate Upton in the crowd.
When you say they lost him, like his contract ran out and he's just retiring, or he's retiring, or what? Tell me
Maybe he went
more, tell
somewhere
me
else.
more. I know Carlos Correa opted out of his contract. Carlos Rendon opted out of his contract. A lot of people did because they were expecting some big money.
It's weird.
I don't see how Carlos Correa is going to get more than $38 million next year, though. And that's what he left.
Wow.
He had $38 million on his contract for 1 year. But I understand his age because he's like 30. He's 29. He'll be 30. So he probably wants like a 7-8 year deal. You know,
Right.
even $100 million at that. The annual price is down, but $100 million is better than 38.
True. Chris says he declined the offer.
Oh. Well, shit. I'm sure they'll bring him back.
Rev is like, who is this YouTuber ISO Speed?
Never heard of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Basically, anything I watch on YouTube anymore is about video games, or that's it. Or repair of video games.
Luke says Speed is a nut job who set his room on fire with a Pikachu cake.
It's awesome.
That sounds weird.
Whoa! So he did it on purpose, or just he went to blow the candles out and flame shot? And... Sounds awesome.
He spit alcohol at him.
So does your insurance pay for it if you started on purpose or on accident?
Yes.
So hypothetically, if I was doing a YouTube show and I got a torch out and, say, accidentally lit the curtains on fire,
Yes.
does the
That would be
insurance
an
cover that?
accident. Yeah. They could investigate it to make sure that it,
It would
really
be on
was an
camera.
accident.
Be hard not to. Like,
Right. Chris says our bullpen's fine, but we should try and get DeGrom.
yeah, you want a 40-year-old or pitcher.
Then you might go to Rangers.
It just seems I wouldn't sign him. I know that he's going to want a 3-year contract for like $100-something million. So like $40 million a year you're going to have to pay that guy. And he's 40 years old or 37. Like I would never do it.
Yeah. Oh, look, they're going to have
Carlos
a commercial
Rendon's a
again.
good one. He's out there. He's a lot younger. You have to worry about his injuries, but he's pitched the last 2 years really good. Whoa, spinning kick. That's it. Kofi's going to get pinned. It's over, guys. 3D. 1, 2, and 3. Uso Penitentiary.
Robbie says he was at the Man United game on Thursday. I think he met Ronaldo. And Luke says he was live streaming and had a sparkle candle on his cake that set the roof on fire.
The roof is on fire.
Thank you.
That was a 25-minute match.
You did pretty good, I guess.
They did that on Raw. Big, long tag team match to start out the show. Mm-hmm. And then every other match was minutes. This one has 2 tournament matches in it. Well, one's not a tournament, but it's a... I don't know how... What kind of women's match is it? I don't know if it's a gauntlet match or if it's just a 6-way or...
I don't know. Does anybody out there have any idea?
Have to
Luke
go to.
says ceiling and God Lashley is clapping, and Walter says the Usos won, still tag team champs. Boo.
My problem with that is like, how do you start sheetrock on fire? It doesn't burn.
I don't
What
know
the hell is
how
the
you
ceiling
would-
made out of?
I don't
See, in a
know.
trailer, is that particle board or not particle board, but that wood?
Right.
Call it trailer park sheathing.
Right.
It's plywood. I saw what somebody did with that stuff.
Yeah.
Is they put it in a house, you know, that trailer park paneling. You know what I'm talking about, though, and it has the groove in it.
Yes.
They put rope in there,
Weird.
like
Really thin stuff.
yeah, in it, glued it in there, and then painted the whole thing white. And I was like,
Oh, that's
that looks
pretty
pretty
neat.
good, and it doesn't look like trailer park paneling.
Right.
It looks like walls with rope coming down of them. I think that's not too bad. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm just saying. It
Walter-
exists.
Walter says the Usos won, still tag team champs. Boo.
They are.
Ravi says Raw doesn't need to be 3
Oh,
hours.
there they are. Santos. Yep, that's the 8 that I said. Oh, wait, no, Ali's in there.
And what's his face?
I named all those and all them. Ali's the only one I didn't name. So, who did I name that?
Isn't really in there.
Shinsuke's there, Santos is there, Ricochet's there, Butch's there, Ginger's there. Ray's not.
Ah.
So it's Ali.
Vindicator says so apparently Bloodline will not lose any titles until WrestleMania.
I don't know about that. I don't know if they'll want Roman to go into Mania with his title still. But maybe.
Chris says, I wonder if Shotzi tonight.
I think so.
Luke says a normal house, not a trailer house.
So, does She-Rock start on fire?
I don't know. I've never tried to
I mean, I
start
could
it on
see like a
fire.
curtain or a rug or a desk.
What was on his ceiling? Grease, maybe?
Was it in the kitchen? Do you have a grease fire? Like a ceiling fan? They have wood.
Vindicator says so apparently Bloodline will not lose any titles until WrestleMania.
Right, that's what you had said.
Chris says, I read that one. Walter says the World Cup, I picked Braun for the win.
That's not a bad pick.
Ravi says
Braun
Ali
and
is a crap wrestler.
Walter.
I think what's going to happen with Braun is that what's-his-face is going to come down and mess with him.
Omos. And keep that going for a little bit longer.
Because MVP is going to tell him to.
Put him in a cage match.
Yeah, of some kind, maybe.
Or some cool, like, made-up match that they could just do, like an African cage match, you know, or something, you know, like
Yeah. I know
like
what
they
you're
did
saying.
with the Great Khali,
Mm-hmm.
the prison match they had,
Right.
where it's all bamboo cage. It's a steel cage, but it's bamboo.
Mm-hmm.
That one's pretty cool. But obviously for India.
Ravi says Ali is a crap wrestler. Vindicator says Travis, which more excited for tonight? Which are you more excited for tonight? The Men World Cup or the Women's Six-Pack Beer Challenge match?
I don't know. Probably the women's.
Walter says, okay, at 9:10 he's going to go, but he'll be here Monday for Raw.
Definitely want to see Santos Escobar and was it Nakamura?
Yeah. Nakamura.
Yes. Nakamura.
Luke says, couldn't see the ceiling, but you could see the flames come from the ceiling to a set of curtains when he grabbed an extinguisher.
Oh, he had a fire extinguisher?
Ravi
Nice.
says MVP should start wrestling again. Chris says the Punjabi prison.
Punjabi. Yeah, I didn't know how to say it, so I didn't want to just slaughter it. End up saying some inappropriate bullshit.
Right. Luke says like you could see edge of ceiling. The flames came from there to the curtains.
Dang. pumped. Pump it up.
Pumped for it.
How pumped? They just need to do 3 more matches that are 25 minutes long.
Right.
And then like a Bray Wyatt thing for 20 minutes and it's over. Everybody just goes home.
That's funny.
Is it? Is it funny?
Sometimes. Indicator says, so delete the Travis put you in the game as an injured player tonight. LOL, sounds like you're just doing the chat.
To be
while
honest,
under
I
the weather.
replaced her.
Hope you feel better, though.
I replaced her, had another fill-in. Everything was taken care of, and she said that she wanted to do it. So I called and canceled. So
Luke says...
she's playing through it, like Jordan with the flu in the finals.
Luke says most pro streamers have fire suppressant measures due to all the wiring and heat generated by big streaming setups.
That's what I need. I have like 3 computers and lights and crap. But I do have a fire extinguisher.
Probably. I don't think one's in here, though.
Not in here, but it's in the kitchen. What you
Lackey
think?
girls in the chat. Hey, Lackey.
Hey, there's still no Sammy.
YouTube.
Good to see you in here. Did you get his Uzi back? What's he got? What's he going to do?
He's going to handle it in the ring. Marcus Rojas is in the chat. Hey, Marcus. Ravi says, so WWE going to have title changes anytime?
I don't know. Seth just won one. I don't see Gunther losing anytime soon, although they do have the World Cup thing coming out. And if Sami Zayn does win that, he could definitely head that direction
Right?
and be champion, although I'd hate to see that with Gunther. But with Triple H running things, I don't know if Gunther would get right to buried if he did lose that.
Right? It's true.
They could push Gunther after Roman, hypothetically. I don't see that ending well for either of them. But
No.
Roman's supposed to win. Gunther isn't on that level.
No.
But Gunther is as popular as, what's his name? Paul.
Yeah.
In wrestling circles. Maybe not. Maybe I'm lying. I have no idea.
Right? Martha wants to know where in Indiana are they at? And Ravi says, in Gary, Indiana.
Isn't that where the Bears are going? The Gary Bears?
Right? Chris says, it's weird because at Crown Jewel, Roman handed Solo his necklace he wears. Is that a symbolic passing of torch?
No. A little early.
Marissa Travis in the chat's like, boring.
A little bit. Are you talking about the first match? It was long. I like Kofi, but I could definitely see it with Xavier. All right, well, this is definitely not the main event.
No.
Shinsuke Nakamura and Santos Escobar.
Do you think they'll put the ladies' stuff as the main event?
It looks like they have to. Holy crap, what is she wearing?
As Ravi says, we welcome people from all over the world in the chat. We do. I just like it when they speak English so I can read their stuff.
Yeah, it helps.
Otherwise, I have no idea what they're saying, and I don't want to say it out loud just in case. Chris says...
It's inappropriate.
Inappropriate. Chris says, well, he probably just gave it to Solo to hold. If they were passing a torch, he would have put it on him. Marissa says, who won, the Usos or the New Day? The Usos.
The Usos. 25 minutes of wrestling.
Robbie's talking about Nakamura's outfit, that it's very yellow.
Yes.
His outfit is very yellow. He does like to wear like full colored, whatchamacallits.
Onesies.
Yeah, his little
His Elvis
suits
outfits.
or Elvis outfits, yeah. What do you call those things?
Jumpsuit.
Yeah, jumpsuits.
Love me some great Muda. I can't believe he's just now retiring.
Mm-hmm.
I love that dude in like the early 90s. He had the green mist first before Asuka.
Asuka took it over, or did it, or decided to do it.
She definitely copied.
She's a copier.
Cricket World Cup final. Robbie, do you watch cricket?
I think we asked him before and he said no.
Oh.
Ravi says he likes bright colored clothes too. It looks
Santa
good with his
says
coloring. Chris says Tajiri took green mist over than Asuka.
Tajiri? I don't even know. I didn't even know. There's a big kick right there.
They started this out real strong.
Yeah, they're basically just beating each other up.
Sophie says Roman could announce the Bloodline plans for War Games. And Ravi says, I don't mind cricket, but don't watch it. Oh, yeah, he's going to make an announcement. So his announcement could be the end of the show.
Yeah, and it will be.
I forgot about that. Did he just set that?
So my question is it going to be the Bloodline versus Bray Wyatt and the Nasty Five, or whatever the hell they're called? The Six. The Wyatt Six. Because there's probably a woman in there somewhere, so it would make it 5-on-5.
Right.
That would be interesting. The only thing is that one of Roman or one of Bray would have to be pinned. One of those two would have to lose, right? Or does it anybody on any team get pinned?
I don't know.
I think it's anybody on any team. I don't think it's an elimination thing. So, I mean, hypothetically, like Jey Uso could get pinned.
Right.
Or Sami Zayn. And they could all beat him up or something afterwards. That could start the breakup. Because they were planning on doing that already, the breakup. But they had to put it on hold, and that's why we haven't seen Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
It's best.
That's what I hear. No fact at all with that.
Ravi says he doesn't mind cricket, but he doesn't watch it.
Yeah, you said that.
Oh, sorry. Chris says Tajiri was a Japanese wrestler in Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era.
Is he the Japanese ring announcer? Like he does the ring announcing for Japan? But through WWE? Is that guy or is that a different guy? I know there's the guy that Brandon just loves. And he was a wrestler and then he went and did that.
Maybe. I don't know. Sophie says the SmackDown World Cup is going to be interesting. Chris says, LOL, the Roman 6. Sophie says Bloodline versus Brutes in the New Day. Sophie's like, I thought they would have announced the men's War Game match a week ago or two.
If that's it, it's boring. It's dumb. The Brawling Brutes, they don't have they're boring. And then the New Day, we just saw them lose again.
Luke says a different guy, and Sophie says no. Tajiri teamed up with Regal, and Chris says no. The announcer is Funaki, and Ravi says, "D, what are you taking to help with your flu?" Drugs.
Drugs, man. All right.
It's on a commercial, guys.
It is
Sorry.
commercial break time. Gotta tilt that a little bit so nobody can see it.
They're back from commercial, though.
They're back. Shinsuke Nakamura fighting people.
Are you leaving?
For a minute. I gotta call McKenna.
Okay.
Tell her I'm sending somebody over there. I don't want just to show
Do I
up.
need to pay him?
Yeah. but we'll do one thing at a time. I'll at least tell McKenna so she's up.
All right, sorry guys.
She is
I'm not
there.
going to be able to tell you much.
Tell them what's happening. Literally, word for word.
I can't. It's hard.
I don't hear anything.
Shinsuke just kicked Escobar in the face. And now he's making sure his leg still works. Now he's punching him in the face. And then kicked him in the back of the head. And then did a baseball slide to hit him in the head with his foot. Escobar is in the ropes. Shinsuke is doing a weird move. Sliding German suplex. They're they're elbowing each other in the face right now. So does one of them have to be eliminated in order for another guy to come down? Is that how this one works? John Cool in the chat. Hi, John. Where is Sammy? He's gonna be coming out for this match. I don't know what number he is. So Luke, you're saying that this is just a one match and whoever's eliminated doesn't go on and then they move on from there? Or are all those guys fighting tonight? Sophie says, I don't know how War Games work because I've never seen one. It's an NXT thing, Sophie. That guy on the outside that Shinsuke just kicked looks like he's wearing a Pee Wee Herman suit. Kind of funny. John Cole says, are you feeling alright? I'm okay, John. Travis will be back. Sorry, he had to step away for a minute. I'm trying to keep up. Luke says that's how it was worded, but they weren't clear at all. And Sophie says this is a one-match tournament. Okay. Shinsuke lost and Santos Escobar won. He now goes towards the semifinals, so that answers that question, that it's only one match and nobody else comes down. How many people are they having do these one matches tonight? Chris says Santos beat Naka that quick. Yeah, they don't. Nakamura's been down in NXT a little bit more, Chris. I don't know why they're doing it to him, but that's what they're doing. 2 weeks away, it says, for the semifinals for Santos Escobar to go up against somebody else.
So Escobar won, huh?
Uh-huh.
Did he pin him clean?
Yes. There was no cheating.
That's shitty.
Yes. Happy Veterans Day.
I don't know how long ago it ended, but it was under 9 minutes.
It ended about a minute ago.
So 8 minutes.
Sophie says the SmackDown World Cup tournament sounds a lot more like one of many tournaments AEW has produced this year. Sophie also says AEW got like 18 or 19 tournaments.
Yeah, the Owen Hart special.
So Luke's telling Sophie about all the tournaments WWE did way before. As Chris says, Veterans Day, baby. Yep, Veterans Day today. Happy Veterans Day to everybody out there who is a veteran. Thank you for your service.
Will you bring up your? I just want to make sure that you can scan this thing.
Okay. Your hand hurt. Sorry.
Oh, I'm putting alcohol on it.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that too much. It makes it so they don't heal as well.
Yeah, I'll put some other stuff on it. Go Vets.
Okay.
Do you have your?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pack or something.
Yeah. How much is it going to be?
80. Don't send it yet.
I'm not going to. What's it for?
360. There's Liv Morgan. So yeah, it's definitely going to be. Oh.
Probably wants to know how long Sophie's been watching WWE. Chris says, need to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Robbie says, you should wear the hat more often. Looks good. And Phil says, USA, what time is it? And Chris like, it's live time.
It is Liv time.
Robbie's all about live tonight.
So is this all the women at the same time? Yes, 6-pack challenge. We got Shotzi coming out here soon too.
Phil's excited about all the armpits.
Oh, commercial first. Yeah, I just put that in there and then I just squeeze it. So it goes all up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Stains. Like something out of a horror movie.
Right?
It'll bring you to present now.
Right. Chris is about Shotzi time.
Commercials.
Ravi says, no, Liv defo a hoe. She defo had fun in the locker room.
Well, I don't know if she did it there, but not having a father does not help. She got some daddy issues.
Yeah. We'll leave her alone tonight. Maybe she'll do something exceptional.
Yeah. Her acting lessons paid off.
Yeah.
Guess I could put my earpiece in so I can hear.
Why? It's just a commercial.
I like Shaq as 5 different people, like Eddie Murphy.
Except for his mom. Chris says, LOL, Ravi. And Walter says, okay, still good, Smackdown. Looks like, Ravi, that's too much. You have no clue about any of the WWE stars. So talking like that is stupid.
Boom, 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 boom. So, was it a good match, or did Nakamura just get buried?
He did pretty good.
It's weird that they're pushing Escobar. He just got on the main roster.
I mean, but he's been kind of down on NXT more, so I'm not sure what, that entails.
It's just strange to me that you would want to not push Nakamura.
Right?
Maybe he's at that point in his career where he's kind of just done and wants to just make money,
Maybe. It's a possibility.
like Cesaro was.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what they made it sound like. Well, Cesaro re-signed, so he's there to make money now.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to put over talent, and then all of a sudden they release him.
No,
Either that or he let himself go, I think.
he let himself go in WWE. Cesaro
Yeah,
didn't
he let
renew
it-
his contract,
that's right.
remember? It was different because he just didn't renew it at all. Walter says Crown Jewel was good last weekend.
Yeah, definitely. I can't believe it was just last weekend.
I might have to leave you. For a little bit.
Oh, yeah. A little too ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
There's LA Knight. Oh.
Hey, it's LA Knight. He's going to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Why would you want to be in the World Cup, LA? Hey, did you see that? He's going to be the first victim. Either that or he's going to be joining the crew. Yeah. Oh, Bray's there. Oh my God, can you imagine the promos between these two dudes?
Oh, it's going to be crazy.
The best talker besides maybe The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I mean, Bray's up better than those guys anyways.
Piccolo's in the chat, though. Hey, Piccolo, happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. He said he was out all day finding Veterans Day discounts, and he's pretty tired.
Now we can be friends.
Luna's in the chat as well. Hey, Luna.
LA's funny. He could say some funny shit here. So
Oh,
we'll see how he does
definitely.
this. Does he have pictures on his shoulders?
Who?
Bray?
Yeah. I don't know what pictures.
Looks like a tree, maybe? Yeah, and
Oh,
like
is it that,
a devil hiding behind it, maybe?
maybe? Piccolo says he's not as drunk as he wish he could be. Sorry, man.
Oh,
Chris is like, Bray recruiting people?
crap.
Piccolo's like, do you sound sick, hon? Yeah, sorry. Well, it's like, okay, bye, guys. See you Monday for Raw. Definitely feel better. And it's the cold weather. Yeah. It's the cold weather.
All right, Sonya Deville's out there. Lacey Evans is out there.
And Ravi says
I missed
Bray
that
is
twice.
gonna kick LA Knight's ass.
I don't know what
He
happened. I'm
headbutted him in the
assuming. Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
People have been saying that it's time
For.
him to do something. He hasn't done shit since he's got on the roster, and it's going to get stale.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't agree with because I don't like that. You notice Raquel Gonzalez or Rack Rod is coming out last.
Interesting.
So they're getting rid of all these matches early.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a psycho.
She's a psycho. Robbie thinks that Sonya's going to get slapped. Vindicator says, Travis, you want to see the two best talkers on SmackDown have a long feud, LA versus Bray?
I think it would be good, but I don't think it's going to be very long. I think Bray's going to run through people for a while. I
Chris-
just think it would be good because the promos could just be fire. But
Right. Chris says this version of Bray reminds me of Sean O'Hare. He was a wrestler in Ruthless Aggression era. He cut promos kind of like this version of Bray.
And the name sounds familiar.
Luke says Bloodline will be the main event.
Yeah, definitely now.
Pequel says the tank is back. It's been back a few times.
Yeah, she brought the tank back. I mean, obviously, Triple H got it out of Hawk. If I had a strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All of you go after Rack Rod immediately. I wish that Xia Li was getting some sort of a favor push type thing. I really do dig that chick.
Who?
Xia Li.
Oh, yeah. I was like, Shotzi has a crap entrance.
But maybe since she's Chinese, they don't like her as much.
Maybe.
Because they push the Japanese girls.
Right?
Ugh. And she's definitely as good on par with those two girls.
Definitely.
A
She
little
does
bit more
pretty good.
martial arts. She's a little bit more athletic. She's not as tall,
Right.
but... Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I gotta go back in it. Sorry. $80. Okay. You should have it. Says I paid him.
All right. Got some wrestling going on all over the place.
Ravi says the Rack is gonna win.
Rack Rod.
Blue Lanterns in the chat.
But if they have Rack Rod win this, and they're going to keep the title on Ronda, wouldn't it make more sense for them to not have Rack Rod go after it yet? I feel like she's an after WrestleMania type,
Yes.
like next year,
Yeah.
like big plans for her.
Blue says, I wish Eli Drake was getting a push.
Eli, that's LA Knight.
Chris says, Liv should be scared out of her mind, considering Bray is fucking around the back. Picola says, Sonya, why save Shotzi? That was dumb. As Chris says, didn't Liv see what happened to Alexa? Chris says, maybe Bray should go out of left field and recruit Shotzi. She'd be a good fit for a dark circle because she has that look.
Oh, Shotzi hits her right in the guts. So who should win this is Rod probably. I think she's the only one that's kind of getting a little bit of a push.
Right?
I'd like to see Xia Li win it. Shotzi's pretty good. That would be a bad feud, except for the promos would be terrible. You would just have to have the match
Yes.
and just get it over with.
True.
Uh-oh. 1, 2. Better go to a commercial.
You better go to that commercial. Makes sense, right? There it is. Chris thinks that Sonya or Shotzi should win this.
Thank goodness.
Good news of the week. Film's talking about all the ladies and their armpits. Did he get that many?
Yes. I need to put some Neosporin on it. I can't complain about mine because yours is worse, but
You're
I want
fine.
to.
It's fine. I get it. I'm sure it hurts. And it's right in your hand, so it's even worse.
All those stupid nerve endings.
Film says Raquel, Lacey, and Liv armpits amazing. Film, oh yeah, and Ravi says the selling is quality in this match.
Sick. You wanna go?
I'll try to make
April's
it
out
through
there.
this.
Go hang out with her.
Yeah. I'll try to make it through this. Maybe this match. I'm gonna have to stop reading the chat though. It's too exhausting.
Okay.
Travis isn't selling this very well.
Selling what? There's nothing on. This is why commercials kill me.
Talk about something else.
I can't. There's nothing to talk about except for you. There's literally nothing else going on in the world. That isn't politics or... You could talk about
Just talk
grizzly
about
bears.
the
and
wrestling stuff.
There is nothing going on in wrestling. That's what I'm saying. Unless you're talking about the six-pack thing.
Right.
And then who's going to win it? And like I was saying before, who's going to win it? It would be Rackrod should, but if she does, do you just have it put her in a 2-month-long feud with Ronda?
Maybe.
Because Ronda's kind of with Shayna, so you could do tag teams for a while until
Right.
Becky gets back. And I don't know if Becky, did she get shoulder surgery? What was that she got? Well, anyways, right now we are back. We got
I don't
Xia Li in
remember
there
what
with
she got.
Shotzi. Lacey Evans would be my pick to win this. I feel like Lacey Evans is legit. I don't think Triple H likes Lacey, but
Silly, she's good.
I don't know how she did in NXT. I just figure the ones that did good in NXT are the ones that are going to do good on the main roster.
Ravi says WWE should brush up on the botching in the women's match. Pico
They
says
can't.
you need to get to bed and get under a ton of blankets to get well soon, right? I says, if you want to go to bed, it's cool. Chris is like, Punk was commentating at an MMA event.
Heard something about that. Liv Morgan enters herself back into the ring. A little missile drop kick and a kip up. She's going coast to coast, hitting Lacey Evans, then right into Xia Li. I'd like to see that feud, Xia Li versus Liv Morgan for a while. That'd be pretty fun. If they're
Yeah.
going to keep her on TV.
Ravi's like, Lacey Evans is not championship material.
I think she is. I feel like she was on her way to be champion also when she got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of screwed her up. But hopefully she gets mad at her husband and divorces him for him. Just kidding.
Right?
Rackrod just
she
got
was a
DDT'd
champion, you guys.
by Liv. She's out. Sonya trying to roll her over. 1, 2, and Liv saves her. That would have been it. Liv basically just beat Rackrod. And then there's a spinning neck breaker by Shotzi. And then a big clothesline by Lacey. And then a big spinning knee by Xylee. Then Rackrod picks up Xylee. This is how she's going to win it. Picks her up. Power bomb. City. Nobody's going to save her now. It's over. 1. Oh, no. Sonya did save her. I thought that was going to be it.
Right? Robbie's like, nah, she average. Mitzi's in the chat says, what was that scream? Blood Ninja in the chat as well. Hey,
It's
Blood
probably
Ninja.
me.
Says, hello, y'all.
I like to scream.
Travis likes to scream like a little girl. Just kidding.
Blood curdling, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously no disqualifications because it's a 6-way.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rackrod's setting up a table on the outside.
Wow.
These women struggle with tables so much.
I don't
Like, you think that they could just
understand
spend, like, a whole seminar, like a weekend with them.
it. They need to do
And just
something.
kind of
They
teach them how
suck.
ladders and tables work.
Right?
What is she going to do here? Pick her up and spin her around and then powerbomb her through it? Liv just... Oh, Lord. Liv attacks Rackrod, and now they're both laid out under the table. I don't know what was supposed to happen there, but what happens is definitely not what was supposed to happen. And basically, they just got the camera just staring at them. They're doing nothing.
It's funny. I wonder if somebody got hurt somewhere
On the
else.
other side, yeah. They're taken about on a stretcher or
Robbie's
something.
like, Liv, don't know what she doing.
Here comes the referee.
Looks like,
finally.
oh, you can see the pre-cuts in the table.
I don't know about that.
Nothing happened.
But I do notice they have the sides off the table. Usually there's
Oh,
some
there's the other two. Xylee is gone. Haven't seen her.
big kick right to the arm. Yeah, but she got hit with that power bomb. Lacey could end this right here. They're not going to have Shotzi beat Lacey, are they? What the fuck? Shotzi just pinned Lacey. Shotzi's terrible. Like, out of all the wrestlers in there, she'd have been my last pick. Well, Liv, but... That's tough. That's a tough L right there. This is a Triple H thing for sure.
Totally.
11:32. That makes a lot of sense, though. But, I mean, they're going to have to just do the match. That's it. Survivor Series, War Games, the match, just the match. No talking.
Mm-hmm. Chris is like, Shotzi won. It looks like Shotzi gonna get murdered by Ronda.
And like I said, that makes more sense. Because Rackrod should win
Right.
in that match. And she's just not there yet. And I don't want to see her have the championship quite yet.
Right.
And that's what they're planning on doing. I would assume at some point she will be champion.
You would think. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna go.
She's going to bounce. All by myself.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Can you do it for 45 minutes?
I can't do anything. I don't even know what's happening. My luck, it's going to be talking the whole time in commercial.
Oh.
And that's what's going to happen.
Right. Thanks, guys.
So she's leaving.
Sorry. Oh, I gotta take stuff off me. I forgot. I was hooked up.
We're not going anywhere. I'm just going to switch out till she leaves, and then I'll come right back. So it's going to go black for a sec. All right, yeah, we're still here. I'm just getting her out of here, and then I'll bring the chat over to my side and see if I can't figure out how to do this. All right, I don't know where she came in. So she said Rally entered. Let's see if I can find where he came in. Oh, there, Rally came in at the end. Good for Shotzi, I like her. Oh, she's and she's gorgeous. Yes, she is a pretty one. Definitely nothing wrong with her. Well, he said she's not a very good wrestler. She's very botchy. But it's all good. She's going up against Ronda. And that's going to be in, what, 2 weeks? I think I have that on my countdown timer, so let me go check it out. Check it through to be seen. Or is it? Full Gear is in 7 days and 21 hours and 40 minutes. There it is. Survivor Series. We got 14 days, 21 hours, and 40 minutes. So basically 15 days away. So basically 2 weeks from tomorrow. Should be good. So basically the next 2 Saturdays, you guys can be hanging out with us because we are going to be doing this live. Yes, Riley, she is ill. She was here until you got here, and then she left. That's why I blacked the screen out so she could get up and leave. It took her like 5 minutes. Poor thing. But she will be better soon. Shotzi in the back with her tank. Hey, there's Emma. Is Emma going to attack her, maybe? Take it to the limit. So Emma's looking for Madcap. Oh, they're adding soap opera here. Oh my God, you're crushing. Look at you cheesing out, Shayna Baszler says to her. Enjoy your time in the spotlight. Ronda gonna beat you up. So maybe you want a broken arm. Shotzi acting like she belongs here, saying she belongs here. Full Gear, then Survivor Series. Yes, back-to-back weeks, Raleigh. I bet she is. Her boyfriend is real-life Madcap Emma. Oh, I did not know that. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, and then Ronda's right in her face, and now Shotzi's getting choked out. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Yeah, she's asleep. Rhonda says, clean up on aisle green, I guess. I guess they have a colored aisles there. Kayla Braxton. Speaking of Kayla Braxton, I was reading some of her tweets the other day, and somebody called her fat, F-A-T, and she says, you spelled that wrong. It's P-H-A-T. I thought that was pretty clever of her. Uh-oh. Ricochet in the back. Oh, Ricochet, Mustafa Ali, first round next week. That should be good. We all want to see that one. There's definitely going to be some high flying going on. Get back. Holy shit. Gunther is a good foot taller than Ricochet. So who's going to win that? Ali? Or will it be Ricochet? I'd love to beat you again. Ricochet's not on that level, so it would make no sense for Ricochet to get that far. He's just not that quality of a wrestler when it comes to the bigger guys. Title pictures. He can fly high, though. But Walter put in a lot of work to be that champion. I wouldn't even be surprised if they moved him to Raw eventually and put a championship on him over there. A main title, world championship title. I feel like he deserves it. He's that level of a fighter. But right now, we're just kind of waiting on. Right now, they're showing the highlights from Crown Jewel, the Braun Strowman and Omos match. Looking at it and looking back, I thought Omos should have won that match. He kind of dominated that match right up until the end, and then Braun Strowman pulled it out. But I think it would have done a lot more for Omos's career than it would for Braun's. When you have a giant, an unbeatable giant, you kind of want to keep pushing them as that. But I love watching that train when he comes running around and he just runs right into the wall known as Omos. Good shit. Good stuff. Anyways, World Cup tournament up next. So we're going to have Braun Strowman up next. Do we know who he is fighting? So they're not telling us who's next, but we do know by process of elimination who it's not. It's not Nakamura. It's not Santos Escobar. It is not Mustafa Ali. And it is not Ricochet. So who could it be? It could be Butch. It could be Jinder Mahal, which would be an interesting one. I hope they don't do Jinder like that. Actually, I like Jinder. It could be Sami Zayn. That's it. So Sami Zayn or Jinder Mahal or Butch. So good luck with that one. So I doubt they'll do Sami Zayn, so it's probably going to be Jinder. Who does have my favorite rings entrance song of the modern era of wrestling? You could listen to that in your car and just bump it as you're driving down the street. Let's see if anybody is chatting. Hey, people are chatting. Okay, and then Ravi says, yeah, they're together in real life. Travis Stotzi getting a push. Then Kayla Braxton is funny on Twitter, fighting back at the trolls. I think it's her hobby. You know, I have noticed that. I see her fighting back quite a bit on there. And then King Rico, Chris Akana says. And then my boy Walter. Yeah, Walter looked good too. And, you know, he's just been working at it. And I love the hard work he's been putting in. And I think anybody that can change their entire body like he has, that's pretty amazing. So there is a video on Twitter of the table botch with Rackrod and Liv. It showed when Liv dove onto Rackrod, tipped onto Sonya's foot, causing her to trip and then push the table back, which caused the botch. And then Ernest Bell says, I'm here. Well, good, Ernest. Dalitha is sick. That's why she is not here. She was here. She did make it through. She powered through more than a little bit of half of the show, about 60% of the show. And then I guess I'm going to just try to carry it on my back the rest of the way home. And then Luke said botch to finish his thing from earlier. And then the video was from fans' perspective. Yeah, you could definitely see it. I don't think that was what was supposed to happen in that women's match. But it didn't look like anybody's injured or anything. But they all, like, after that, they just kind of just kept the camera on them for like a full minute. And nobody was doing anything. It was kind of awkward. But anyways, we do have Braun Strowman up next. Braun Strowman going up against, my guess is going to be Jinder Mahal. It's either Jinder, like I said, Sami Zayn, or Butch. So I feel like it could be Butch, but they'll probably go a different way there. I guess let me look. So we got Braun Strowman, Sami Zayn, Butch, Jinder Mahal are the ones that don't already have matches set up. Shinsuke Nakamura lost earlier to Santos Escobar. And then Ricochet is going up against Mustafa Ali in his first round match. So if it is Braun and Jinder, then Butch and Sammy wrestle. And I don't see that happen. So maybe this is going to be Butch and Braun. And then Sammy and Jinder. Either, like, I better just shut up because I have no idea how they're going to end up playing that one out. And then Twitter started blaming Liv, which is why the fans quickly uploaded the video. It clearly shows that the whole thing was just an accident. Yeah, I saw her flying off. I mean, it didn't look like, I wouldn't say it was anybody's fault. I don't like the whole fault thing anyways, unless people get hurt. Because in reality, it's just wrestling. I mean, you know how easy it is to slip? I watched a guy the other day run to the corner and try to just jump up on the top ropes, and he missed like 3 times. Finally got up there. And then he did the, I don't know what the move is called, but it's when you fall like you're just going to sit down, but you're on the top rope. And then the ropes catch your legs and it flips you over backwards. Anyways, he tried to do that and ended up landing on his neck. It's like, dear Lord, dude. But nobody got hurt, so don't do that. Like, I feel like if you're going to botch that bad, like, practice your shit. But in that case where you're just jumping off of the barricade behind the ring announcer's table, it's fine. None of those women get very good air anyways, half the time. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, Luke says, I saw that. I would assume he's talking about the botch in wrestling. Hooah! It is Jinder Mahal. My first guess is right. So it's Jinder Mahal first. So that means we are going to see Sami Zayn and Butch, which kind of makes sense because we have been seeing that. And that could end up pushing more like Sophie's been saying, the Bloodline versus the Brawlin' Brutes and the New Day in a cage match at Survivor Series. I definitely love Jinder Mahal. He's one of my favorites. But he ain't going to look like a big dude out there against Braun. He needs his boys back, the Singh brothers, but I think they both got released during all those releases. So, but that's what a world champion looks like. I thought Braun was already down there for some reason. Maybe it was just because of all the highlights they were showing. That train, that botch was a train wreck. Yeah, absolutely. All right, here comes Braun Strowman, the monster among men. Or the monster among monsters, or whatever. The monster of all monsters now. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a train wreck for Jinder. I don't see Jinder getting a lot of offense in on this one. But I would love to see it. Because, like I said, Jinder Mahal is one of my favorites. I'll try to keep track of the time on this one also. Chris Akane. Jinder Mahal's there. I love it. I don't know what they say. Did the bell ring? I feel like I didn't hear the bell. There's the bell. Okay, now it is underway. It is official. Jinder Mahal taking it right to Braun. That's what you got to do, though. He hit him from behind when Braun came into the match, into the ring, and he was trying to get the crowd involved. Look at that. Jinder Mahal taking it right to his knees. Now Jeff Jarrett's thing that he made fun of on Wednesday makes a little bit more sense with the red tight pants. He's obviously talking about Braun Strowman. I thought maybe they were talking about Omos. You know, when he was comparing his giant that they have over in AEW? Now it makes sense because he said something about banana nose. He was obviously talking about Triple H. But he was talking about their giant in the tight red pants. Now it makes sense. It's Braun Strowman in his tight red pants. Braun is so strong. Jinder Mahal is not a small man, and he is getting manhandled out there. Braun sending in the ring all by himself. There it comes. Here comes the choo-choo train. Not a fan of this. I don't know if any of you guys are fans of this. Sorry for getting irritated when people badmouth Liv Trav. I know she's not the best, but she tries. Plus, she's been almost as consistent as Asuka when it comes to showing up. She has been more consistent than Asuka. Asuka left for a while. Liv has been on TV every single SmackDown/Raw when she was on Raw for the past 2 years. I don't think she's missed one show. I can't remember her not being on TV. Maybe the SmackDown after she lost the title. But basically, she's been on every week for 2 years. Braun Strowman with the dub. Holy shit. 1 minute, 51 seconds. That's pretty damn quick. So you guys, we get Jinder Mahal. Or sorry, not Jinder Mahal. I don't know what I'm saying here. We get Sami Zayn versus Butch. I don't know if that's happening tonight, next week, on Monday, however they're going to do it, but that's definitely happened. And then Chris said, also, Shotzi is so hot, that's all that matters. Yes, that's it. I mean, literally, that's all that matters, is the hotness of Shotzi. I wake up in the morning and I wonder. But anyways, and then Premiere, so it says she missed 1 week, but that was because she was in Hollywood premiere of the Chucky season 2. Yeah. See if I could put your premiere and trying to read like delete it doesn't work. I try though. I try. Anyways, what did I say? That was 151. Hey, isn't that an alcohol? And then Braun wins. Shotzi won that. Escobar won that. And that's where we're at. So we're going to get Miz TV on Monday. We also get Seth Rollins. Is it going to be an open challenge? You know the weirdest thing about that whole cash-in thing with Austin Theory is if he would have just came out to the open challenge, he could have wrestled him and not lost his briefcase. So what was the point of waiting, then coming out? Anyways, silliness. Silly. Yeah. I try not to let Liv hate get to me, but it gets annoying. I mean, we could have Shotzi as champion. Hey, I have those two on the same level, but I do understand what you're saying. Shotzi has been so botchy over the last few months, and I don't remember her being that way. And it could just be the talent, the quality of the talent. So we're going to find out at the pay-per-view because she's going to be wrestling Ronda. And we're going to have to see how that ends up working out. Botch-wise with both of those two and how they pull that match off and how long it's going to last. If they make that like a 15-minute match, I'm going to be super surprised. I'll be impressed if they can pull it out that long. It's being reported that Austin's losing is because Austin apparently backtracked Triple H and is getting pushed. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, or back-talked Triple H and he is getting pushed. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a big push anyways because of them pulling that off. But I don't know how big it would be, and I don't know why they didn't just do something different. They could have even done it against Braun Breaker or something. As long as it was a world championship. That's the first ever cash in on a mid card with the Money in the Bank. It made, storyline wise, it made no sense. Yes, pushed. I knew what you meant. All right, and then back to, okay, it's because Shotzi is nervous probably, and that's why she botches, and maybe her opponent's timing is off. And 100% agrees. What's her name? Naomi does it all the time. Naomi sometimes works good with somebody, and then other times she is really, really bad. And I think it really has a lot to do with your opponent. Because if she wrestles Bayley, well, actually, if anybody wrestles Bayley, they usually look really good. But I say that all the time. I'm not on the Bayley bandwagon, by the way. If anybody knows me, I'm not a huge Bayley fan. I just know that she's literally the best woman in the women's division wrestling in the ring. What's good, my boy? And that's Caden. Hey, good to see you in here, Caden. And then Luke says, push, not pushed, or pushed, not pushed. And then Chris says, I also heard Theory might get Money in the Bank back. I did hear, I read something about that, but it was just in passing. It was like a headline, so I didn't really look. But it would be impossible, you would think. And then Chris Shotzi has had so many botches, so you just can't blame everyone else. Just look at her Money in the Bank, multiple botches. You know, that one I didn't even notice until I went back and I saw some of them, like with the ladder and stuff. But before that, I thought she was fine in the ring. After that, I think she hasn't been as good. And I wonder if that didn't just screw her up, because the fans went after her on Twitter, and she probably pays attention to that shit instead of just deleting her Twitter. Or actually, I think she did delete her Twitter, or she blocked it, or she did something with her Twitter, I think, if I remember right. But anyways, I feel like something happened to her at that moment for where she probably did lose a lot of confidence. Oh, we got BFAB versus Zelina Vega. I'll take this. Old BFAB. She looks like she's putting on a little weight, which is good. A really good thing, by the way. I used to call her meth because she looked like she was on drugs, but it looks like she's actually filling out a little bit. So we got BFAB. I'm pretty sure this is like her second match ever. I remember watching her first match ever in NXT, and I don't remember her wrestling again. So this is going to be interesting. I have a feeling she's going to win, but I would like to see Zelina win, and it has nothing to do with the groups they're in or anything like that. I just feel like Zelina's been here longer, and I'm definitely a ranked guy. Also, a fan's problem got to her. Yes, the fans always get to the younger superstars. I think that messed her up mentally, and she did delete her Twitter after that. Yeah, and that's what I thought. I thought I remembered something like that. Boo, BFAB, boo from Film Nation. It said, let's go, Vega. I love Vega. Yeah, we know all about Vega. She looks fantastic, too. Who's this? What's with the fire? Who is this? Is this the Vikings? Is it Sarah? I think that's Sarah Logan. Valhalla is here. So Sarah Logan. Oh shit! And the Vikings just attacked the whatever their Top Dollar and Ashante Adonis. Wow, manhandling them too. The Vikings are back. So we did not get that match. Sarah Logan dressed like a cave girl, obviously a Viking. Just an interesting attire on her. So this is definitely, what the fuck is she wearing? She's got like swimming suit trunks on the bottom, and then a Viking dress up top that's 3 inches lower than her vajayjay. Holy shit. Eric is beating the shit out of Ashante. Eric's up top. He's going to come down. Bam! Right down on top of him. So Ashante's done. Now it's time for Top Dollar. He's trying to fight out of it, but he ain't going to fight both of those Vikings. Just clubbering blows right to the back. Top Dollar. Up. And down. He just got folded in half. Sarah Logan's in the ring. Poland and B-Fab. What, they act like we don't know already? Picked her up. Oh, shit! Right there into a big headbutt. Sarah Logan's got her titties hanging out the top and her ass hanging out the bottom. I'm not sold on this outfit. I'm sorry, guys. I know that's not what it's about. It's not supposed to be about the outfit, so I'll kind of pump the brakes a little bit, but what the fuck? Maybe wear some buckskin pants or something? I don't know. I don't know what they could do differently. And then B-Fab is a wannabe Jade Cargill. I wouldn't go there. I mean, they kind of were around at the same time, and Jade's been champion, and she's been pushed forward, and I'm not going to say that, but I know what you're saying. And then, oh, shit, Luke says, and that was obviously about that. It's Sarah and the Vikings. Yeah, they're kicking some ass, too. And then Film Nation said, yeah, Sarah Logan's back, baby. Let's go. What do you guys think of her outfit? Where's Vindicator? Ouch. I stabbed myself in the hand today with a screwdriver, and it does not feel good. I was taking apart an Xbox and stabbed myself with a screwdriver. Hi, Azeez. He's got the laughing, and I don't know if it's over me talking about Sarah Logan's outfit, but Zelina's issued a challenge to the mega streamer I mod for the wrestling next year. The streamer Vacaria accepted. It might happen at WrestleMania, but Zelina also said it's a friendly challenge. That's interesting. We'll see how that works out. I don't know, how Triple H is with the streamers or whatever. The face paint that she had has a little creep to it, but a little creepy. But the attire itself, not bad, not bad. Yeah, I see that, film. And then not a grudge match. Here comes your tribal chief. Boom, boom, boom. And then Chris Conai says Sarah Logan with the Raiders is like a Legion of Doom with Sunny in the Attitude Era. Okay, come on. And then Valkyria. Hopefully I'm not slaughtering that. All right, here comes Roman Reigns. That's probably the end of me calling matches because I don't think anything else is going to happen but Roman talking. He probably will literally take 3 to 4 minutes to get into the ring. Then we'll get a commercial break. But it is good to see the Vikings back. I definitely am going to go out and say that. And I'm pretty sure Triple H liked those Vikings, so they could get a huge push. And the Vikings can be funny. Obviously, this isn't going to be one of those feuds, but I love that Vikings and the Street Profits match thing they had a couple years ago. That shit was great. I don't remember I think it was pre-pandemic, but it might have been through the pandemic, but there was basketball, there was like axe throwing. I can't remember the other thing they did, but maybe it was the match. But they did a trilogy thing, and it was pretty great. But I've always liked the Vikings. And Eric, I don't know if he's as strong as he was when he first came up, but that dude was a powerhouse for, I mean, he's obviously a big man, but for how small he is, the strength that he has was unreal. He's very, very strong pound for pound, like a Cesaro. Anyways, Roman Reigns and the Bloodline coming down to the ring. So we're going to find out what's going to be happening at Survivor Series. I would assume that's what we're going to see here, is the Survivor Series stuff. The honorary Oos. All right, and that's exactly what's happening. Roman Reigns stepping up the stairs. He's got the Bloodline with him. I did not see Sami Zayn in the back earlier, and I don't see him right now. But I thought maybe Sami was going to wrestle tonight, and that's why we didn't see him, because I don't think we saw him last week either. Or maybe it was just Monday. I think we didn't see him Monday. Or what? Did they do anything Monday? Anyways, I can't remember. But for some reason, Sammy's missing. And I think, obviously, he was missing at the pay-per-view. But maybe he was missing the Friday before the pay-per-view also. Holy crap. But anyways, so when we get back, we're going to have just a few minutes of wrestling left for... Sorry, I was trying to put my watch back on so I can see what time it is. We got 10 minutes right now of Raw or SmackDown left before you guys can go get your Rampage on if you're going to be watching that. I will not be watching Rampage. And then Valkyrie. And then Sammy is ill. Oh. I did not know that. It's actually Isle, but ill. I get it. Dalitha would have read that literal. She would have said Isle. She's Isle. That's a tribute to Dalitha and her sickness. Get down with the sickness. Anyways, right now we're at a commercial break. This started at 10 till now we've got 9 minutes left of the show. When we get back, obviously they're going to be talking, and I would assume that'll shut it down. We did get a Bray Wyatt sighting tonight. He did attack LA Knight backstage. And so there's some action with Bray Wyatt. It's been a pretty good show overall. Shotzi Blackheart did, or do we just call her Shotzi now? Anyway, Shotzi did win the six-pack challenge. There was the 6 women in there were like Lacey Evans, Liv Morgan, Xia Li, Sonya Deville, Rackrod, and obviously Shotzi, and Shotzi won that one. Nakamura in the, what did they call that? Like the international champion tournament thing that they're doing. Nakamura did lose to Santos Escobar, and then the Usos beat the New Day in a 25-minute match to start out the show. And I think that's where we're at right now. B-Fab and Zelina were going to have a match just a few minutes ago. And right before the match started, Fire, Vikings, crazy, cats, dogs, living together. Just a bunch of craziness anyways. Sarah Logan was up at the tunnel, and while everybody was looking up there, bam, right from behind. Hit Row got attacked by the Vikings, got beat up. Both Ashante and T-Money, whatever his name is. I can't think of his name. Anyways, they both got beat up. And then B-Fab got beat up by Sarah, threw her up in the air, headbutted her. And then now we're at the Roman Reigns talking, and we're back, so... We'll see what happens here. Up in here, up in here. All right. He was ill on Monday and tweeted about it, so I'm guessing he still is. Could have one more Bray sighting. That would be interesting. There's Vin. Travis, you and everyone in the chat, take care. Hope to see you next week for wrestling shenanigans. We will definitely be here, and Delitha will be healthy next week. I guarantee it. And then Film Nation says, okay, Travis, tell D that I said bye and peace out. God bless America and God bless WWE, AEW Women's Armpits that I love. And then he said, big hugs, big hearts to all of you guys. Love y'all. Love y'all too. Acknowledge me, Roman says. So basically what I'm going to be doing right now is telling you what Roman says. I should just take the earpiece and just stick it there, because as long as there's no music, I probably wouldn't get hit with a copyright. Oh, Paul Heyman talking now. He's called it a hellhole. Indiana. They didn't like it, those Indianese. Is that what they're called, Indianese? Why'd it go dark? Maybe they were cursing or something. Indianapolis. They're not being very oozy. Talking about Fox. USA versus the UK in soccer. The Redskins and the Cowboys could be a good game. I don't know if the Redskins are any good this year, but the Usos and the New Day. That's what they need, as a tag team that can compete with the Usos. And we might have just seen them. The Vikings could be that team. And then Luna says, I'm gone. Well, I appreciate you watching us this long, Luna. Right now, we're just waiting on to see what's going to happen, because Roman Reigns says he's going to tell us what's happening next. And I would assume that has something to do with Survivor Series, which is just 15 short days away. All right, Roman's going to tell us. He's got the mic in his hand. He's going to spit rhymes. It's not easy being my cousin. Our whole lives, everybody's always acknowledged me for my greatness. That's hilarious shit right there. And then Gothlestia said, me too, my sis. See you next week, people. And then Chris Conne says, Paul, you forgot to mention Astros. Bay. Yeah, but do the Astros have a true rival? And wouldn't that just be Texas? Anyways, here comes Ridge and Butch. And that's why we didn't see Butch wrestle earlier. And Sami Zayn, because he's sick. Unless Sammy's behind him. It's fight night. Hey, they brought some backup. They brought some Sheamus with them. There's big Sheamus, so there's 3 of them. So it looks like Sophie could be right here. That's just 3, though. So what tag team are they going to get? And if it's the damn Usos, who cares? Love to see Sheamus back. Oh, are they cutting his mic? Oh, there. Came back on. It's the start of the end of the bloodline. You can't even get the mic to work. I mean, come on. All right, there's a big fight. Roman isn't fighting, though. Sequoia taking it to Sheamus. I wouldn't mind watching that. Sequoia versus Sheamus. Obviously, Sheamus coming out ahead, but... All right. It's Drew McIntyre. That makes a little bit more sense. So Drew McIntyre is going to be helping out the Brawling Brutes. So who's going to be their fifth man? Are we going to find out tonight, or will they keep that a secret? This is big. Now it makes it a little bit more realistic in the cage. Because if it was just the Usos, it's the same shit we've been watching over and over. But now with Drew McIntyre in there, Roman takes out Drew. Sheamus is right behind him, though. Sheamus turns down the Tribal Chief, and they're going toe-to-toe. So you're telling me that Roman can beat both Sheamus and Drew McIntyre at the same time? All right, now we just got a melee happening right in the middle of the ring. And it looks like they're going off air, so we're not going to see that fifth man. So from Raw, we got the women in the cage, in the War Games. And from SmackDown, we have the men. But that's pretty cool. I'll take it. I'm definitely looking forward to SummerSlam this year. I'm not going to lie. Definitely not going to lie about that one. All right, so holy shit again. And then this SmackDown sucked, says Purper Block. What didn't you like about it? I actually didn't mind this SmackDown. I thought it was actually pretty good. I liked the tournament, and I liked to see who's going to be wrestling in the tournament. I liked the Vikings making their return. I like Sheamus making his return. I kind of was digging it a little bit. So this SmackDown has been good, says Luke. And then Kross, you think Kross is going to team up with those guys after the big feud? And then Night Owl, says Luke. Yes, Luke, I'm going to be taking off also. And then Chris says Shotzi was the only highlight. Obviously, she's... And then Bray. I liked pretty much this whole show. I couldn't find anything really to complain about. Trying to think if there was anything that I didn't much like about it. Anyways, I am going to take off. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a safe, wonderful weekend. If you are a veteran, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time. It is Veterans Day. Make sure you think of veteran tonight, especially if you go out and you see one, buy them a beer or something. Anyways, we appreciate it. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab, and have a safe and wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.